Tell me, is it whack up in the air? Rapping scattered off the gear. I can map him, yeah, the it's like a tracker. Get distracted, send him back like in the mail. Not a fraction of them real. Catch him lacking, run the drill. Running through the shit like a motherfucking dage.
Hey guys, welcome to another episode. On this one, we're going to be looking into the damage on the S13 and maybe try and fix it a little bit. We're meant to be working on the shed, but at the moment, it's bloody hot outside. So bloody hot in Queensland at the moment. So Dad's down here. We're going to get the car off the trailer, reverse it in here, and then, yeah, so we'll have heaps of space. The 180's up on the hoist. We're just going to work under it. But if we reverse it back to here, we'll have heaps of room, which is always nice. And then, yeah, we'll take the rear quarter off and then see if we can start bashing out that metal skin, and hopefully it just pops out. Hopefully it just pops out. And then, yeah, we'll start bending a few things back, jack it up, assess the damage underneath. I know there's one broken arm, but it's just like snapped off clean. So hopefully I can get a fitting for that quite cheap. And yeah, we got 2 weeks until Matsuri, so the crunch time is on to get this thing back mint again, and then also fix a few issues that I found. So let's get started. Dad's already on the move. And yeah, if you haven't already, hit the like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe to the channel. I do weekly uploads, 3 videos a week. Hang on, oh, I'm coming. Sorry. Yeah, so we're just gonna turn the trailer around, unload, get it in here. And could be interesting. Alright, so if you haven't seen the other video, maybe go check it out from Archerfield. Crashing the missus bloody drift car. Hit a steel pole, like at the fastest part of the track, right there. And luckily on this car, it's got fiberglass over fenders. So all this fiberglass here can just unscrew, and then we can get to the metal and just smack it out. So it does look a lot worse than what it is, because I've had a quick look at it. Obviously the battery has gone flying and all this metal is pushed in this way. So all we're going to do is just kick that out and it will just pop out all in one go. You don't reckon? No. No, she's going to take some massaging and some fiberglass work to try and fix that. But it could be a lot worse than what it is. And yeah, definitely fixable. So the boot almost closes, but it's just a tiny bit pinched right there. Other than that, she's not too bad. There's a few other things that went bad at the same time. This dash bar bent around a bit. The exhaust got squashed, and there's an arm under there, I'll show you. The seat, my seat, driver's side, used to slide. It doesn't slide anymore, so I'm gonna have to unbolt that and find out why. And then yeah, we'll jack it up and have a look underneath and see if there's any other damage. Also, the wing got roasted, and I'm gonna have to.
We could just take that piece off and the other side bit.
It'll be alright, yeah.
It's fine.
But I'm just gonna take the other side off and then use it as a template to make 2 new ones.
What are they for? It's not like you're going fast.
No, it's downforce. What are you talking about?
It's not downforce, this is downforce.
The sides give you downforce onto the back wheels. It's what makes you a good drifter. Didn't you know that? See, you learn something new every day.
I was going to say something then, but I was like, oh, I didn't say that.
Why? Just say it.
No.
Oh.
Because I don't know how to drift, and you're fucking pretty good at it, and I was going to say something the opposite.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm not that good because I hit something.
Yeah, well, apart from that.
But the thing is, the more crashes you have, the more experience you have, so you won't do that again, you know? It's actually...
I've got to take the side skirt off.
It just looked bad because it was being held in.
What? If I painted that,
it wouldn't be that bad.
Bit of black paint.
Lucky I've got a heap of fiberglass that we can use to patch that. I don't know if it will come back the same. Of course it will. I like your thinking. At least like nothing major's damaged, like the fuel tank or anything like that. You'd have to hit something pretty hard to get it to push to there though. Side cutters. It's in my go bag. I have to unload all this shit. Oh, it's all coming off. See, this is not going to take us too long at all. Oh, also, I'm kind of forgetting about the light. The light got pumped out of position. This little piece here is a bit bent, but I'm sure it's still holding. So I'm sure we'll be able to just get that screw run back up to that hole there and touch of paint on there would be sweet. Oh, also, one other thing, one of my subscribers, Trevor, noticed while I was out the track, I forgot to put in the video, this rear brake disc, the actual pad separated from where it was supposed to be held in, and it was like, it was sitting out here, and he was a bit concerned, because he said if it flicks out, it'll clamp down and wreck the disc, which wouldn't be a good time, but it's probably been like that for a while, because it lasted the rest of the day, and that was a shivvy moment, just didn't worry about it. But this is Archerfield plus tyres equals minced tyres. It's alright, I've dropped.
You didn't scratch it.
Yeah, so lucky. You funny bugger.
There's another screw.
Another screw?
My God.
This thing's on there well. That's why it stayed in such good condition. No dodgy install with this one. Alright, just coming off. And there's the full damage. It's actually, yeah.
Jesus, look at that. That didn't
Pushed
even,
in a fair way.
They didn't even
They
seal it or
just
anything.
folded it and left it.
Is it? Oh, yeah, they just cut it and
Yeah.
pulled it out. Sure.
It doesn't smoke enough to be a problem. The water gets in though. So yeah, this is your damage here. There's your problem. Holy shit, that's rough, eh? That's the actual outside of the car.
Yeah.
Far out. Should we just run no over fender and have the... That's ugly as shit. That's been like proper sanded pretty hard.
Yeah.
No
I wonder
paint.
why they sanded it.
There's no paint on it.
It's weird, eh?
The whole car might have been stripped back because it was the two-tone colour. The classic S13 silver. So yeah, now we're just going to pop this out. Oh, there's a screw down there that's like minced. Oh look, the pole went all the way to there.
Oh,
That's where my
Yeah,
that's why my
over.
exhaust got pushed.
uh,
Far out. Went in a long way. That's pushed in a bit, eh? It's crazy how this here is almost dead straight.
yeah,
That's pretty strong.
that's the strongest bit of it, I suppose.
Yeah.
The rest, there's nothing really behind it.
It's kind of designed to do that, eh?
Mm.
Alright, so I've just sat the light in there. This actually went flying out and was sitting on the track and I grabbed it and she's still mint the light, but you can see how much it's pushed in because the car's meant to come out to here. So yeah, she's pushed in a bit. Yeah, Dad was just saying we should probably take out the battery and most likely the fuel cell just to give us some room so we can get some tools in there and give it a good massaging.
Had this hose going around here and in there.
Yeah.
Such an easy fix.
I don't know, man. This is what happens when you buy cars off people when you don't make it yourself. That's why this is going to be perfect with no issues. Because I'm making it from scratch.
No issues.
Well, I keep laughing at all my serious stuff. Alright, we're going to get to work. Subscribe. Alright, So we just stripped it all down and took as much off as we need to. Got all this out the way, so we'll have a clear access in here. Just gonna put my foot in it and see what happens. Probably gonna need a bigger tool, but we'll start with the foot because that's a free one, and I don't have many tools for this kind of thing. Oh wait, that's the wrong way around. Gotta kick it this way. Alrighty. Holy shit, yeah. That's my good bit of wood. The floor's so thin. No, I'll just kick it.
Yeah. This is James' attempt. Finished?
Pretty strong. So you can't kick it out. I was just showing you that that's not going to work. We're going to need a piece of wood like that. Or a bit of steel. That looks like hard work. Looks like you made progress on this side.
Nearly perfect, mate.
This side hasn't even moved.
Yes, it has.
Has it?
Yeah. Thanks, mate. That's nearly right.
Yeah, get the big jigger. So I just got the grinder, and there was this like skin layer in here that sits at the front, and then there's a gap about yay big, and then you got the outer skin. But we just cut this out because it was just getting in the way, so it's gonna make it a lot easier. Got full access there now, so have a swing at that. I don't know what that was.
Feels good. That's nearly right.
Feels pretty smooth. Oh, that was a good one. Yep. Getting pretty good. That's looking good as. Like we're not like smoothing her off and painting it, eh?
Just some bit of bog, mate.
No,
You're right.
bit of bog. That would look so bad. So I just jacked it up to have a look underneath, and this here is broken. That's snapped off there. So hopefully I can get a replacement one of these and just screw it straight in the end here. But all these arms, either it's just the rubbers or the actual arms are bent. They're pretty weak, but I don't know. But when this moves, do you reckon you can move the tyre for us?
Mate.
Yeah. Yeah, that's not meant to happen. It's meant to be supported in there, quite solid. The whole wheel's moving around. Hang on, I'll get my head out. So we're gonna have a go at this bottom section. The top part's pretty good. Like, that's pretty mint. Just back here that we can't get to, but we're gonna take the tyre off, get in here and there, and see if we can get a bit more out of it. Also, we noticed that this point here is a lot lower than this side. So we're gonna have to try and lift this section up. Probably jacking underneath or something, I don't know. Because yeah, the light's got to fit in that gap. Oh, it's the same.
I'm fucking glad I didn't.
How's that? So, just took the wheel off here and found that this is completely slotted. Like, that is not in a good way. And we just had a clean up the other day, and Dad chucked out a heap of my trash, and he left this one because he thought I might need it. What do you know? This is off a S13. No, it's off a R32, and it fits on the S13. That's nice. Thank you, Nissan, for keeping it the same. Thanks, Dad, for not throwing that out. They're actually worth a bit now. Like, even though there's millions of them everywhere, sometimes they're hard to find for certain cars. They were for the 32, not so much for S13. But I'm gonna have a look at all these arms and just see what's broken and what's not. Change this disc out as well. It's just sitting in there. Put new brake pads on.
He is now in hospital undergoing surgery for what's been described as moderate critical injuries.
Just straighten it up a little bit.
What we are getting is a statement from the PGA Commissioner, Jay Monahan. I'm going to read the statement to you that we got just a few minutes ago.
Got to pull all this out.
We have been made aware of Tiger Woods' car accident.
Replace some bits and pieces. Okay, just pulled all this shit out of here. These are the bits we've got to change. As James said, luckily we've got a spare one of those. I had a look at the brakes, one of those has gone off. And we could see that before. Just broken one of those, only about 30 bucks. But on the bottom arm, the rubbers are both gone. You see this one's wiggly too. So I have to press those out. Apart from that, just bash that out a bit more. Doesn't look too bad. Okay, I just got the MIG out. James' muffler was hanging off. So, I don't know if you can see that. Just welded him back up. Put a rubber in there. So it should be good now.
Alright, so massive thanks to Dad. I've been flat out all week doing all sorts of stuff. A lot of time has been taken up building the shed, because that's like kind of a priority, but also this is a priority because we've got 1 week left before Matsuri, holy shit. So just this morning, today's Saturday, just this morning I've been fixing a couple of things here, put the light in, had to muck around with that a bit to get the light to work. Dad's, this is quite tight now because it's pushed it a little bit, but Dad's put the fuel cell back in. I was mucking around with the battery, I had to join a wire, put those terminal caps on there, the red and black ones, and we've got a different battery fastening device now. Move that pump over into a better location, just a few little things. That's heaps better now. Also the seat, Dad had the seat out and he's fixed the slider. It was just bent a little bit because of the weight of me sitting in there, would have went flying this way and jarred the slider, so that's fixed. And also at the same time we lowered it a tiny little bit more so my head's not going to touch the roof. And a tip from Saxon, he said take out the quick release because it was spacing the steering wheel forward, and because I've got short legs I have to slide the seat pretty far forward, and my hands were like that far over the freaking wheel. And so I've taken that quick release out, which sucks for getting in and out of the car, that's why I had it. But it's, my seat position now is so much better, so I'm pretty keen to try that. It'll be a lot more comfortable as well. Still got a heap of little bits and pieces to do. The LEDs, I don't know if I'm going to have time, but I really want to run the LEDs because at QR at night time it looks sick. And I've got a kit there ready to go. I'd rather do it on the hoist, but the 180's up there. So if someone comes to help me, I might take it off and switch them around. But other than that, the light fits in there pretty good. It's not too bad. And yeah, just doing the arms now. So just got to get a new lower control arm or bushings, either way. But need to get that and some brake pads. I'm just getting secondhand stuff. And then I had a spare one of these that Dad kept and didn't throw in the bin, which is nice. Because I would have just chucked it out, just that stock stuff, don't like it, but do need it in this situation. And my traction rod with the rose joint that's snapped right there, you can see all that pressure right there, and it just went pop, so that died. Was able to get brand new ones, I think they were $22 each at just the local nut and bolt store. So I got 2 of them, so I'm going to do both sides because if you feel this forward and back, it's like so loose, and then this one's so nice and tight. So I'm just going to do both of them at the same time. They're also greasable, but I don't have a grease gun. But anyway, it's a cool advantage. Other than that, yeah, just got to fix the wing. This other side was cooked, so I got to buy some of that stuff. And oh yeah, I got new corner lights for the front. Got to put those on because this one is cooked. And basically I'm just going around making sure everything on the car is going to pass the scrutineering, so like ticking off every box. The wiring for the fans I've got to redo as well. That's not too big of an issue though. But yeah, I've got to redo that and make it a lot nicer and just work and tidy. The rear bash bar, not putting it back on, just leaving it off because it really doesn't do anything. In drifting, I don't understand why you have a bash bar like that. It actually came on the car, but I don't understand because, yeah, we were talking about it at the track when it happened. It doesn't do anything to help you. It's kind of just dangerous and it gets in the way. So I'm gonna run no rear bash bar. I might get the stock Rio to chuck in there so that if I do hit something, it will have something there to protect it. And then I'm looking for a new rear bar as well on Marketplace. And then, the big job that's left is the bloody fiberglassing. That's heaps of fun. And it's really hot and sticky and humid at the moment, so it's not a good time to do it. But yeah, I gotta cut a little groove in there, and then I'll probably like put it on the car and try and tape it to hold the structure, and then take it back off, and then it's fiberglass from the other side, bog on top, and I can fix this at the same time. Bog on top, sand it back and paint it. So heaps to do in 1 week, but yeah, I should be able to make enough time to get it all done and then head out to Matsuri. But I'll give you another update. I'm not sure what Dad's filmed, but you just watched it. So I'll give you another update when everything's done, and but I'll give you another update soon. Also, Caleb's just rocked up with his big Bobcat, and he is destroying, and he's making light work of moving this dirt around. So that's going to finish off the backyard hopefully, and then we can park stuff over there. That's exciting. Massive thanks to Caleb. Alright, so it's cooled down a bit, so it's good as time as any to play around with this bloody fiberglassing shit. You could buy a whole new rear guard, which is quite expensive these days for S13s, or you could repair it. So there's a couple of ways I showed you on the other one, knee fiberglassing, or you could drift stitch it with zip ties, which never looks that nice. It's not a nice looking car, but I don't like the zip tie thing. A little bit here and there's alright, but like this is going to be freaking massive. That would just not be okay. So I've taped up this side to hold it in place while having a piece of wood under here because it's quite flexible. It's only thin, this stuff. And then on the back here, we're going to sand it back just to get rid of all the uneven surfaces on all the crack lines. Give that a good sand, and then we'll start fiberglassing straight over that. And then you kind of just cut strips about this thick, and then stick a couple of layers on there, roll out the air, and then she dries and good as new. Good as new. Alright, so I've prepped it up, just positioned it on this trestle here with extreme precision. Got one block under here, one block under there, and then this one's probably going to fall down, but that's the position it needs to be in to hold the exact shape. Because it's a crazy custom piece, like when they make these, it's K-Mac Aero as well, by the way, very cheap, but oh yep, there we go, I touched it. I'm gonna need to put something under here to hold that, but you can see the flex, so that it holds it in the exact position where this is gonna sit to and strengthen it in that position, because you don't want it to be all wonky. It's not going to matter too much, it is fiberglass, it does like bend pretty good, but I've cleaned it up. I gave it a light sand just to get rid of all the really big edges, and then I washed it down as well, and now we get our fiberglass that's over here. You can buy these fiberglass kits from Bunnings for pretty cheap, or you can just buy some fiberglass from wherever. So it comes in sheets like this, and it's not bad when it's like this, it's nice and dry, but you got to mix up the glue, which is resin and hardener, and the resin and hardener mixed together is disgusting. So you get it all over your fingers and everywhere. So yeah, the neater you can be with this, the better. But I'm going to cut up some strips of this, pull it, the edges apart to help it like stick better, and then get a board, and it's called wetting it out. So we'll mix up some, put it on paintbrush, wet it out onto this so it's all wet, and then flick it onto the fiberglass panel, and yeah, push the air out of it so there's no air in there, and it will dry really hard. Put a couple coats on. It's actually started raining, so I had to move inside. Just mixing it up now. This is where it gets messy. Yeah.
Everything that brought me alive, going wrong like monsters, playing with the monsters. They brought me alive, but got no alibi. It's a lover's fight without an alibi. Took my innocence without an alibi.
Alrighty, so I've covered it all with fiberglass and resin, and now we just wait for it to dry. There was a hole here that I just filled up with resin, and also that hole there, and this split here where the main split was. I tried to fill a bit of resin in there because the resin's like super hard, but the fiberglass molds it into the existing panel. So yeah, hopefully that does the trick. So we're just going to let that dry now. It's a pretty messy job, so yeah, try and wear gloves where possible so save yourself getting all messy. Yeah, just don't do it. Just don't even attempt fiberglassing. It's shit. It could have went a lot worse though. I could have spilt something. I almost knocked over the whole container at one stage, so that's definitely a positive that that didn't happen. But yeah, let's let that dry. But yeah, let's let that dry and then move on to something else. I'm sure I can find something else to do. There's plenty of things in this bloody car. Alrighty, so I got to the bottom of the fan wiring not working. What it was a really bad ground connection. So I had my grounds on this stud here, and I had the overflow here before, and it was splashing onto it, and it caused the connectors to corrode. So I've trimmed them off. I just mounted the relay here so that all the water will hit the top and go past the connections. Hopefully, that's the idea. And then the grounds, I've moved them over to here onto a new ground and scratched it all back, so that's working. And reconnected the fans down here because yeah, I had them temporarily set up. It's still quite shit, but it works. And I've moved the overflow bottle from there to this side where there's only one ground that hooks up like the lights and stuff, so it should be okay because it's only, well, it's the same, it's probably going to be the same problem, but hopefully it doesn't splash because I mounted it a bit lower. But we'll see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't corrode. But yeah, so that's that fixed. And overnight my fiberglass is dried. We've got Tom down here working on his 34. What's up? He's having a good old time there, just adjusting some things and just GTR things, you know. Yeah, so this is the, if you didn't pick up on it, I was actually joking, I didn't get a new project car. It was just Tom's car under the cover the whole time. Got him. And then I've just peeled the, what do you call it, the tape off here. And she's all back together, nice and strong. And like the areas where I put the resin is like super strong, eh? And that hole that was there. So now, time to put it on the car, sand all this back, bog it. Actually, put some bog on there first and then sand it all back and give it a squirt of paint, and we'll be all ready, I think. Just got to do, yeah, there's always more things, but you know, we'll be ready for the next stage. Okay, so filled it with bog. I'm not the best at body and panel, but I just bogged the shit out of it. It actually looks better on camera than the actual effort in real life. But it's quite thick because the cracks were lifted and it wasn't quite even. So I had to fill it in, and then yeah, let's see how it turns out. But if it's half decent, it'll be fine. But yeah, letting that dry now, and I'm gonna sand it back, get it as smooth as possible, see if there's any high areas, maybe put a bit more bog in there to try and get it as nice as possible, get it fully sanded, prep, and then give it a light spray. This back piece here is pushed in too far, and instead of pushing it out to where it needs to be, I just got longer tech screws and put them through, so there's a space there, but it does look bloody good from the side. Once that bog is done, she's going to be back to mint, and I'm not going to run that rear bash bar, so I need to get some sort of rear Rio and bar because that looks disgusting. I just got the blinkers working, which is a necessity for the scrutineering, and a blinker on this side. Nice. So I got these new lights. Shout out to the guy that brought them out to me at Archerfield last weekend. The blinkers were painted black for like ultimate freaking JDM sickness. It's normally orange, then you just put in a random bulb, but I had to put them in here because you can't see the blinker through that black. And then I had to buy orange bulbs, but that's working. And yeah, happy days, because you need to have hazard lights. I need to adjust that light, it's pointing down a bit. But yeah, she's coming together, which is pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah, she's coming together. Let's just get this bit sanded and get that lower control arm done, and yeah, we can take it for a spin. Alright, another day. Got the lower control arm in there, all mounted up. Got one for 50 bucks from one of the boys from Gravy Garage. Legend, thank you very much. Even drove it halfway down for me. Just got to get some brake pads tomorrow, and then the wheels can go back on, and that's all done. The Rio is coming to Savo, and I'm just going to get stuck into doing some bloody sanding now. I put it on super thick, but this stuff should come off like really easy. So yeah, hopefully it comes out pretty smooth. Let's have a go. Alright, so it's night time now. I've been doing a bit of sanding, just with the little orbital that's about to die, but it keeps on going. It's Zito, I think it is. So this is like nice and smooth now, and once it's all smoothed off, you only need the tiniest bit of bog. So if you were a pro, not like me, you'd be able to smooth the smallest amount on there, and it would save you from doing a lot of work. But either way, it's a dirty job. So that's done. I'm not too worried about this bottom section because the bar will cover that once I get one. But yeah, gonna clean this up and just give it a light scuff for painting. So I'm just gonna spray it black, obviously. Nothing exciting on that, but there's still heaps of stuff to do. I tried to make this one episode, but this is gonna be part 1 and part 2. I'm actually getting excited now because holy shit, Matsuri is this weekend, and that Matsuri is going to mark 1 year since me and Zara bought this car, and we've been, man, I've been had so many good times in this freaking car, and Zara loves it too. So yeah, it's going to be sick to get out there. Hopefully Lorenzo can come out with his little earmuffs and come out to the track for a visit, and yeah, that'll be freaking cool. But anyway, thanks heaps for watching. Make sure if this was interesting and you got this far, check out part 2, that will be up soon. And yeah, thanks heaps guys. Like, comment and subscribe.
Oh shit, he's on fire! Oi, oi, King's on fire! King's on fire! King's on fire! He's on fire! He's on fire! Pick your fucking He's on fire! Get a fire extinguisher, run to him, back left wheel! He's on fucking